question of the day was centered around, I wanted to do a bit of editing tomorrow. And I was going to make a little video with everyone's advice for Elden Ring newbies. Which is a good time to make a video like that, because some people are picking it up again. So we were chatting about that for a bit. So if anyone has any good advice, just, well, as specific or as broad as you like. Poshy is already answering the Elden Ring question of the day. What's your most useful advice for an Elden Ring newbie? I realize that might make some people come into stream thinking that I'm an Elden Ring newbie, which I'm okay with if they want to think I'm a noob. Fortis's tip for Elden Ring newbies, don't be afraid to use spirits and summons. The game was made for them, so don't feel like you have to ignore the things that were put in there to help you. Yes, I've got a bit of advice on that as well. My advice is to read. My biggest piece of advice is to read. Every time you pick something up, flippin' read it. Read what it is, look at the stats, look what it flippin' does. Like, so for example, this is like, oh cool, it's a magic stuff. No, it's got flippin' enhances full moon sorceries. And you're like, what? Anyway, read. It's so simple, read and level health. Other advice is to explore a lot. Yeah, I feel like people that start the game and they go straight to Tree Sentinel and then they go straight to Margit, it's like, you're gonna have a hard time. Re-exploring. When the game came out, I remember a lot of people were saying to head south instead of north at the start of the game. That's really good advice. Actually, do you know what, Carrie's Berries? Let's add that to today's list of advice. I'm gonna make a little video on everyone's pieces of advice. Excuse me, I'm jumpy. For tonight. So let's add that, because that is really good advice. It's all very well me saying like, don't follow the grace, but then it's like, well, you're actually technically meant to follow the grace. I think, yeah, going everywhere but the grace, going south instead of north, that's the way. Yeah, because you could do Weeping Peninsula and there's a lot of fun things to find there. I'd argue that the easiest caves are like in Limgrave, like Groveside, Stormfoot Catacombs, Coastal Cave. Like these are all like the easiest caves, but don't go towards Margit. Oh, here's some more advice. Never doubt the power of running away from a guy. 80% of my Elden Ring gameplay is just me running away from dudes. I know, you don't have to stand your ground. Run away backwards, not forwards. And get like a better vantage point. Yeah, get an advantage. Hell yeah. That's good advice. Gracie Disgracie. I love that name. I'm sorry I'm so far behind. Sorry. My advice would be, don't approach that carriage. Oh no, it's not for me. It's for like newbies. I'm going to make a little video. Okay, actually we could add that. Don't approach carriages. Grace is a suggestion, not an order. I used the theory that the graces pointed to where the main story was, and I wanted to explore. So going the other way seemed natural. Yeah, I did the same thing. I was like, no, oh no, actually, I wish I could say that that was my instinct, but no, it wasn't, because because I played the network test. The network test, it was like, had Margit in it. Ah, you can't make that. Another thing when starting the game, have some kind of... No, I'm on about newbies, Potty. Don't spread your stats all over the place because it's a good long while before you unlock... Oh, actually, yeah, okay. So, like, when you're starting the game, have a good have some kind of idea of how you want to play. Like, what kind of stuff you want to use. Yeah, so you're not, like, spreading your stats all over the place. Prioritize weapon upgrades over leveling up your character. J Hendmo says, best advice I have is complete White Mask Vari's questline. I guess that's good advice for people who want to go into the DLC. Or Jojo, only advice I can think of is basically don't be afraid to use consumables. You might run out, but it'll help you learn and you'll get better in the long run. Yeah, no, yeah, don't think that nothing is sacred. Use things. Yeah, use consumables. Don't save them for later. Because there is no later, there is now. Use them now. That is good advice. I don't think it's obvious when you're starting out that the guidance of grace is fixed. I think that it'll always point to the story thing, so people think that it's literally telling you where to go. Yeah. Elden Ring advice. Okay, Brenda says feel free to just kill any NPCs that you don't like, because nothing bad could possibly happen. It'll all work out fine. That's really good advice, Brenda. Biostorm saying invest. Ooh, This is really good advice. Invest in a ranged combat option. Doesn't matter what it is. You've got sorceries, incantations, bows, crossbows. Sometimes it's best to keep the high ground. And range battle. Yeah. In so many situations. I can think of a lot of situations in like Stormvale Castle and stuff like that. Use the stealth mechanics. Oh, I can't say I do that much. You can be sneaky and use kukri to distract people. Yeah, oh man, I'm balls to the walls. Ain't nobody got time for stealth. Also, Jay Hen was saying, if you complete White Mask Barry's quest, you get to Moog's Palace Rune Farm early. Okay. Okay, I get that. To me, that's a subsequent playthrough thing. That's like a second playthrough thing. I don't know if I'd be like telling people to go farm runes on their first playthrough, but yeah, it's it's definitely good advice for like if people are starting a playthrough for the DLC. Ice Cat Caged is saying, just have fun, test out weapons that you find, go with one that you enjoy. Strength and Faith is never a bad option, Paladin builds. Right, most important advice, obviously, like it's an obvious one, it's level figure, level HP, obviously. Cam says my only advice would be that it's fine to just avoid something that looks too strong. You can go explore in a different direction. I would definitely say that as well. My advice is like, the good thing about Elden Ring is it's not linear. It's the most unlinear Souls game. Like, you have so many options for where to go. And even if it's like a big old main like boss, you don't have to do it. You have so many options for how you want to complete this game. So just, yeah, don't stress. No stress allowed, okay? Yazoo is saying, level up your vigor. Yeah, we've had that one already. Level up your vigor. That is, do you know what? That's the #1 tip. It makes this game so much easier if you simply do not die. Biscuit, don't be afraid to run away and come back with a bigger stick. That is exactly. I like this advice. I feel like it works really well for Elden Ring, where it's like, you'd never have just one choice. You have so many choices. Run away, come back with a bigger stick. Guard counters are great against most mobs, but they're not so good against enemies that have combos. Yeah, like bosses. Bosses hit so hard, so you just need like crazy stamina. It's good, like, it's definitely good against like when you're starting out and you're just like clearing out camps and stuff. Yeah. They're amazing against birds. Heck, birds, man. Birds with knives for feet. Oh, maybe this has been said already, but like, here's some advice for new players. It's a good idea to take things slow. Observe, listen to your surroundings, especially if you see a shiny in the middle of a room. It's probably a trap. Always, there you go. If you're in a place that has candles and it's all kind of stony and there's candles and stuff, there's probably a million imps. It's probably a trap. So be aware. There's imps and it's a trap. Also, my advice, don't greed. You say this though, Jack, right? We know it. It is advice that everyone knows. But then you get the greeds. You do it anyway. You just the best, wait, okay, mixed advice, right? The best weapon, according to like Google or YouTube or Reddit, might not actually be the best for you. You have to try lots of things out and then see what works for your style. And then even if you look at damage numbers, like that doesn't necessarily mean anything either. Because if a sword is bigger and does more damage, it probably also means that it's like heavier and it's like slower. And he's chasing me. Oh no. It's fine. Thorin's biggest piece of advice for Elden Ring is just enjoy yourself and get lost. Thorin says, get lost, newbies. Charlie's advice is accept that you will die and that's okay. Just have fun. Elden Ring and IRL advice. Grim. My advice is embrace the anger that any Souls-like game created within you. Embrace the anger. Ooh, that doesn't, I mean, that's very specific advice that might not work for everyone. I know, Disturbia, when I give in to the anger, I get worse. I play worse when I'm angry. I play much better when I'm chill, which is why I feel like I like streaming these games more than I like playing them by myself, because it stops me getting too angry because it's embarrassing. Illidor has some advice for newbies. If you like a style, you should play it. Don't let yourself get discouraged by people saying that it's cheating, it's so easy. Hello, I have like almost 1,000 hours in this game, and like I tried Moonveil for the first time and this weapon is so flippin' good. I love it. It's so cheesy. Like, look at it. It's so flippin', I love it. But cheesy is not like bad. Cheesy is good. If you can find a cheese, you're the winner. Like, you're winning at the game. Do not be a slave to dropped runes. That's really good advice. Like, it's only runes. You can get them again. You're flipping. The victory is gonna be more likely if you just heckin' forget about them. Is the horseman when you come out of the start encrypt the tree sentinel? Yes. Avoid the tree sentinel in the beginning. Yes. Do not fight the tree sentinel. Yeah, he's a trap. He's there to trick you. Yeah, that's good advice. Ooh, we have more great tips for new players. Number 1, use the wiki or a guide for NPC quests. Yeah, if you don't want to miss stuff, it's so easy to miss stuff. So yeah, don't feel bad looking up a guide. Number 2, kill Alexander. I'm sorry, I can't put that in a video on advice for new players. Kill Alexander? No. I'm not gonna do it, Tim. You can't make. What? Why is that your advice for newbies? Kill Alexander in Limgrave and lean into Ash of Wars. No, my first playthrough, Mick! Or like a playthrough after like not playing for ages. What is it with you guys and like killing NPCs? You're all awful. But yeah, the Alexander Talisman was really good. Both of the times that I've killed him early, rolling only and butt only, it's carried. But then I've gotten to the end of the game and wished that I had never killed him so I could get the better version. But yeah, it's good.
Hello. Best TR advice for newbies: do what works for you and don't be afraid to ask for help. If it works, it's not the wrong way to play, in spite of what parts of the internet say.
Yes, we've definitely said ignore the internet. Like, flip it. Elden Ring gatekeepers need to not apply. We don't like gatekeeping here. That's really good advice. Thank you, PMUGs. Thanks for all the advice for the video. I'm gonna make just like a really short little thing on How to Souls. So you can look, I'll be crediting like your names so you can look out for that. If you don't already follow How to Souls, it's my YouTube channel.